Flanagan's Sports Pub.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to what is going to be a new winter tradition for the Lunchbox, Fridays at Gulfstream Park. And I'm getting a little weepy here with Mike Lubie Lubitz, Jeff Defo at the Forest. But Defo, me and you, I began my broadcasting / live streaming, podcasting, whatever you want to call it, career with you right here in this very breezeway at Gulfstream Park on your morning radio sports talk. So how does it feel to be back, kid?
Well, it feels great to be back here. I spent many a Friday here, usually very early in the morning. So I wasn't used to the traffic coming down here. It was kind of a breeze at 5 in the morning when I used to.
Surprised that there's traffic in
leave.
Florida.
No, I knew there was traffic. I ended up making a bozo move on 95, though, and accidentally slipped into the express lanes without meaning to, because they were.
Wait! Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That music to my ears.
Yeah, that was great.
While you were regaling us of your. Oh my God! There's traffic on I-95.
Yeah.
Who knew in
Shocker.
December? I hear bugles. I hear.
Well, it wasn't
the
a
call
traffic.
to the post.
It wasn't.
It's the first race at Gulfstream on a Friday.
How are you going to get up and bet it? You got 4 minutes to post, and you're in the middle of the shtick. But anyway, I ended up in the express lanes by accident, so I had to go down to Ibesbury and loop around. So I kind of got out of sorts. But great to be back here. And it refutes the notion that no good ideas are spawned at the racetrack. Because, I thought those were paychecks.
No,
you already bet the money.
They already had
Okay,
tickets.
see,
Yeah,
those
yeah,
of us who are on time and anticipate the traffic flow of a December in
Well, this
sunny
was
South
fueled
Florida,
by a mistake. Cost me 10 minutes.
we get here on time, and there's these convenient self-service betting machines.
Yeah, but we're going to be in action now. Now, how are you going to handle this, Mike?
And I figured that
use Lubie as a runner? What are you gonna
Pretty
do?
much
and we're going to be
what I
talking
think's gonna
food,
happen.
actually, with the food and beverage director at Gulfstream Park, Joe Beja, is going to be coming down about 12:30. I think maybe some food will be following him. Right now, we're just stuck with betting slips and water.
Well, you'll be eating those, I think, in a few minutes also.
But they did honor our riders here. Dave Joseph,
Wow,
thanks.
this is
we
awesome,
got
yeah.
racing forms provided by Gulfstream Park, so that the handle will be increasing today, thanks to me and Defo will be plunging away. And in honor of you, because you're an old school tactile person, I didn't want to just be potchking on my phone and betting virtually.
You went to the machine? Good.
I went to the actual machine because there's nothing finer than having these actual betting slips. And then if you hit one,
I have stacks
you
of them
slip
at home.
them through. Now, you know what I did for the early? We've got the first post up here at Gulfstream Park at 12:15 p.m. these days because it's the shorter daylight. The early race and the second race. You know who's riding in the second race? Your favorite
Johnny Longden.
No, your favorite jockey.
Oh, Luca Panici.
Luca Panici.
Luca's great, man. He can cook also.
And that's part of the fun we're going to be doing every Friday here through the Florida Derby, which is the first Saturday in April. We're going to be here doing our bits and shticks and having giveaways. We're going to be giving away two vouchers to the Sunday brunch buffet.
That's a
every
big
week.
Contest. Nice.
And that's going to be a really good deal. We're going to talk to Joe about it, but the particulars are fun because for two people, when I will go through the intricacies of this contest. It's going to be blending a little food and restaurant knowledge along with some horse playing. Saturday feature race tomorrow. You're going to have to pick the winner of that if you get the correct answer to the trivia restaurant question and the correct winner of tomorrow's feature race, which is called the Wait a While Stakes. You're going to send it in by email.
As in wait a while for my horse to come in?
As in wait a while.
Hey, could you guys wait a while up front? I got to make up six links here. Yeah.
As in wait a while for your post to get approved on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group,
Right.
because we're busy plunging our guts out today. And those who post on the group, 94,000. Sometimes the queue gets a little backed up. It takes a couple of days. We all have lives, me and the other admins who are all highfalutin editors at the Sun Sentinel, our friends at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. And we're all busy, so sometimes it gets backed up in the queue, and you have to wait a while. And tomorrow's feature race, the Wait a While, will honor that tradition. But meanwhile...
what about racetrack food, though? I mean, what do you think of? See, I had two things that really stand out to me in my history of going to racetracks. And what's great here, and we'll explore this later on because they have so many different options now, and they really come into modern times. But the carved sandwich in the clubhouse at Santa Anita,
Or
whether
Del Mar.
it was the turkey or the roast beef, what
Del
was a
Mar
classic.
has an excellent one.
And no one will ever eclipse my desire and just the unbelievable aroma, as greasy and much of a stench as it really should have created. And you were walking out of Aqueduct there, and the Onion Man was there selling hamburgers. And the only question, he only knew one word, I believe, of English, and that was onion. And you had to say yes or no.
I thought it was a hot dog guy. It was a hamburger.
He made burgers. They were great. They were greasy as could be. I mean, really old school stuff. And you'd slop them full of ketchup there and the onions and eat them in the car on the way back after a losing day. And that was something to look forward to. But, I mean, it doesn't compare with what you have going on here at Gulfstream Park now in the modern-day culinary art.
Food-wise, yes.
Yeah.
Now, Gulfstream Park itself, the racetrack, has 10 Palms, is their kind of premier restaurant
Great spot.
Overlooking. If you want to come out for a day of action at the races and also still get well fed and have all kinds of drinks, 10 Palms is the place to go. And on Sundays, they do a Sunday brunch buffet. And we're going to be giving away, it's basically 2 vouchers for a package deal that will include 2 vouchers so that you and a friend or a wife or spouse or better half will be able to come out here. And I just heard from Joe that it includes 1 mimosa during the Sunday brunch buffet,
nice.
soft drinks and coffee, and it includes tax and tip. I thought people would have to tip out of their own pocket.
You're not supposed to tip.
So the deal that we're giving away, you can always smear a little extra, give your server a little more. But Gulfstream Park, they are generous enough to include what would be, I guess
it's a total freebie, is what you're saying.
It's a total freebie, and you can't beat that.
Put it in journalistic terms.
Yes, a total freebie, which is what we in radio or live streaming.
We were made for these sort of situations.
Yes. Meanwhile, you last night, talking about racetrack food, there's also sports venue
food. Yeah, the sports
venue food. You went to a Panthers game last night. Tell us how that went and what was it like in terms of the eating and drinking scene.
Well, the drinking was unfortunate because I knew I was going to have to spring for the first round of drinks. And, the measured shot is not one of my favorite things, especially, when the camera's all over and the person is going to lose their job. If like an extra drop of vodka happens to fall into the cup, there's going to be some manager down there on the spot. So my buddy, he's got VIP status there. He's been a season ticket holder, very, pricey seats right there by the glass for years now. And he has a 25% discount at the bars and the concession stands. So he says, well, let me use this even though I'm paying. Now, it turns out you can't use cash at the concession stands.
That's crazy.
Which is insane, right?
Right. You would think they'd have ATMs and you'd need, cash.
Panther dollars or something. Remember they had Dolphin Bucks at Dolphin
crypto
Stadium?
Now,
I think I got paid for years from WIOD in Dolphin dollars. But anyway, so I get a round of drinks, 4 people. What do you think? With the 25% discount.
25% discount. These were beers or hard liquor?
No, these were
drinks.
vodkas. 3 vodkas and 1 scotch.
Okay, so singles or doubles?
Had to be doubles because the single is like $16.
Wait. So now if you
double
do
is
doubles,
doubles.
wait.
Doubles,
with the discount, 25 minus 7 carried the 2, 18 times 4, 72 plus tip, $80.
You're right on
good
it, Mike
for
Mayo.
you.
I mean, obviously, degenerate math suits your game. You learned something at that business school in London or whatever that was. $86 with a 25% discount. So that's for 4 drinks. Now you're already, and I got whacked for $35 in the parking lot.
Wow.
They would never do that here at a racetrack.
This is why I've stopped going to sporting events. I was a longtime sports writer. People who are younger might not realize this, but spent a lot of times in stadiums and arenas. And I don't necessarily like having to go there and spend an arm and a leg on the parking and the drinks and the hot dogs or the pretzels. What I do like is coming here because when you come to a racetrack / casino setting, there is always the possibility of coming home with more money in your pocket than what you came with, and getting well fed and well lubricated.
And you have good food options here, man.
Yeah.
Like inside here in the Silks simulcasting room. I love the options.
The first floor bar here in Silks Simulcast Center. One of my longtime buddies, a great bartender. His name is Fernando.
Yeah.
Nando. Everybody knows Nando. He used to work at some Italian joints around
town. He has that great finger snap,
and
the Latin finger snap.
He goes, wakata. and when he's rooting on a horse.
Oh, yeah.
Nando is a trip. He's a character. There's so many characters out here at the racetrack. That's why Defo and I love getting out here. And they have the food court. They have the pizza. They have some of these Asian bowls. And look at this. They're off in the first race.
Yeah.
One thing
like
that
the
I
five
love.
ball in here. It's 3-1.
So I did a couple of things here. I back-wheeled our friend Luca Panici in the second race with
Okay.
all. So I know I'm alive in the double for
All right.
a buck.
That's one way to buy a winner.
And right now, one of my choices that on my big ticket, because I have an old friend named Marty Wilbur back in New York. We'd go to Belmont and Aqueduct. His thing was you always, to get the day started, you always do a $5 double for $30. You use 2 horses and 3 horses or 3 and 2.
Right. And you did it.
And so basically my Marty Wilbur tribute ticket was the 259 with the 6 and the
looking
7.
real good right here. With
And
this 9
right now
closing.
I've got 9 and 5 in front. So hoping to cash a little big, nice little score here.
This
in the
is
first
reminiscent
race.
of the old Eddie
Oh,
Kaplan
wow.
shows.
And I'm
It
sure
really is.
all the
If the
foodies
2
on
beats
Let's
the
See
5, he's at highlight, degenerate.
I've got 9 and 5 running
Yeah,
1,
you're
2.
okay. The
It
five's
looks
going
like
all the
I'm
way, yeah.
golden.
Yeah.
Wire is what we scream when we want the wire. I want the 9 that's a bigger price. Come on, 9.
I
Come on
like
with
the
that
5.
9
You look
ball.
great in the
Come
paddock.
on, wire.
you're
All right,
good.
we got
Yeah, you're
5-9
good. Yeah.
exacta cold, but I did the LE doubles instead of my 5-9. All right, we're off and
by the
running.
way-
I knew this was going to happen to you. That you would not be able to maintain any even modicum of professionalism and take your eyes off the screen for 2 seconds. And you ended up doing exactly the old Eddie Kaplan show, doing a race call in the middle of. You were talking about food in the food court and the hot dogs they have here.
But if I was
they
Hank
have a real good
Goldberg,
pretzel here.
I
by
would
the way.
have pheasant under glass and have pheasant in my mouth, spitting and
Right,
ranting and raving
Feathers would be flying
as the race is going off.
Well,
And
to
God
add,
bless and rest his soul.
I'm sorry I
Hank
sat
Goldberg.
here. I used a little professional protocol here, and I was going to get up and punch out a ticket on the 5 and wheel him, but he did win.
Well-
He looked great coming out onto the track.
Maybe if you allowed for traffic, you would have been able to get your winning
No,
ticket.
you didn't listen to what I was saying. I made a mistake. It wasn't so much
Well,
the traffic.
so then that's doubly your fault.
right.
And if
right.
you have to go to
Obviously.
Isbury Road, I mean,
Isbury's the last place
I
you want to
wasn't
be.
listening
Right?
That
because,
road
my eyes glaze over when anybody gives me a bad beaten poker story, which I'll spare you the details of last night. Although, here's a happy story last night. It's why I'm in such a good mood
Oh, you
today.
won the high hand thing.
The high hand at this tournament, these little tournaments they run at the Mardi Gras, or they call it the Big Easy, the dog track now. And me and some friends were playing, but they have this little high hand promotion for a half hour. And I had a pocket pair of 6s in my hand, and the flop, the board comes 2 6s. I hit quad 6s right off the bat.
It would have been
Puts-
better if you lost, though, with that, wouldn't it? That would have been the
Well,
bad beat.
there's no more bad beats in these things. I'm just taking my $300 and
Yeah,
running.
all right.
And now I'm going to
You should
parlay.
have put it all on
the
Swan
300
Lake, because I
Swan Lake and
thought you were
Commander
going to say
Flynn.
the reason you bet the 5 was because you were in the performance of Swan Lake
middle school players want to.
sometime. Yeah, when
Well,
you were a
you
young
know what?
male.
I did a hunch play in the second leg. I have the 6 and the 7.
Oh,
and
you
the-
got Luca Panici.
And the 7 horse in the next race, besides my Luca Panici little ticket, my big ticket in the next race, the 7 horse, well, one of them is named Gilligan,
Yeah.
which for Gilligan's Island, we got to like that.
You're in a class by yourself there. Yeah.
And number 7 is called Fishing for Fun. Now, since this is a food show, I got to go with the food angle.
Yeah.
So fishing obviously plays into food. And one of our fans, super chef, and dedicated followers, Tom Tanazzini, his tagline when he gets disgusted with people fetching about things on Let's Fetch South Florida, he always says, "I like fishing." So when I see fishing for fun,
you had
one
a
of the
lot of
horses,
different angles that you were working here. Did you actually look in a racing form?
no,
at all,
hell
or-
no, that's no
okay.
fun. I mean, all you can do is
Because
throw the
I met
favorites
Luca
that way.
Panici through a chef. There's an angle
Yeah,
there.
no,
if you want
I'm
to look at
about
the second.
hunches all day. That is the beauty of coming out to the racetrack.
Yeah.
And if fishing for fun comes in, I'm going to treat Tom Tanazzini to a beverage of his choice the next time I see him.
How are we going to do this
around.
contest, Mayo? What's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on with
So
that? Yeah.
let's talk about the contest.
I knew he couldn't handle action while he was on
No,
a
it was
show.
freaking me out.
I
talking
knew
about
this.
action.
I was reluctant to even come down here because I knew that Mayo would not be able to stay focused long enough to peel his eyes away from the screen. And then now he has a winner.
Focused.
He's already
I'm
lamenting
not
that he didn't
betting
have the
Aqueduct.
exacta.
I'm very focused on the matters at hand here.
I have a hunch in Aqueduct,
Betting
by the way.
only Gulfstream Park today,
All right.
because they are nice enough to host us and become sponsors for the Fridays at Gulfstream. And everybody should come on out. If you can't make it for showtime, come out later in the day. Good
It
racing.
really is beautiful
good
out here. I
beers.
forgot how
I mean,
nice
this
it is. Yeah.
this is what South Florida living is all about.
Yeah.
When it's December and everybody around the country and all your friends and family up north are freezing their tochuses off. we're here enjoying the balmy breezes. You go outside, you get a beer, maybe you get a cigar if you're into smoking a stogie, and you cheer on a winner. And
it was part of my Renzo Rizzo dream, actually. And I don't know if you remember this. I'm not sure that you took part in this. There was a food store chain called, I guess it was Wallbaum's. And,
yes.
And they had a thing going where they replayed races. They gave you, this preceded the whole fury over pick 6 combination betting and that sort of pick 3, pick 4, pick 5 thing. So they had a pick 6 contest where they gave you, every time you checked out from Wallbaum's, you got a betting slip. And it was a pick 6 slip. Okay.
This is
then
how
you went home, and on a Wednesday night,
this is how
you
it
watched
begins.
the replays of races from Gulfstream Park.
This is how degeneracy
and
begins.
I would see the guy in the pork pie hat stooping for tickets in the winner's circle. This was the old configuration. And I'm looking in the middle of the winter there, and I'm thinking, wow, look at that guy. He's entrenched in sunshine. That's where I want to be. And sure enough, it did play. You never hit the pick 6. You always had 5 out of 6. And if you had 5 out of 6 and you had a 3 to 5 shot going in the last leg, that horse inevitably would lose the jockey at the start. Yeah, it was amazing. I don't know that anybody
Let me ask you, your first horse racing experience, I imagine it was like mine.
He was like at 6.
Was it a winning one? Is that why you got hooked?
Well, it was both a winner and a loser.
Oh, okay.
I was a much bigger loser than I was a winner, but we were happy we won the money that we won.
Okay.
Two buddies and I go to the racetrack. My friend borrowed his mother's car.
Oh, is this the car on
This
fire?
car on fire
and the
story.
car
That
caught
was his first
fire.
time.
So we hit an exacta for like $74. We were splitting it 3 ways. We split a $2 exacta ticket, 67 cents a piece. This was at Roosevelt Raceway, and we came back like 74 and change. So we're getting 25 out of it, which was a lot of money back then. We walk outside. There's only one car in the parking lot. It's my buddy's mother's Impala, and it's on fire because one of the kids actually was my friend. So naturally, I was a culprit here in the blame. And he had been smoking in the back seat, and I guess one of the ashes got back inside and smoldered for a while. And then while we were at the track, the car caught fire. So that was it.
That's a mixed bag of results right there. For me,
brand new car, man. Brand new Impala.
I went with my older brother, Steve Mayo, who's now working here at the track.
I just saw him. Yeah, thanks.
Burl Mayo. And his one of his college buddies, Rich Udowitz, was a total degenerate gambler. And we went out to Aqueduct Racetrack. I think I was about 13 years old at the time.
Yeah.
And they were 17 or 18, or maybe I was 14. Anyway, I went with $20 in my pocket, and I kept hitting these exacta boxes. And next thing I know,
you started out at 13 playing exotics. Holy Andy Beyer, man! This guy is out there, further than we thought.
I came home that day with $140 in my pocket.
Geez, get out of here!
And it turned out to be the most expensive day of my life because once you get hooked on it,
how many millions later? You know my theory on that is that's why gamblers die with their mouths wide open.
Yes.
Because the last thing they see is the number flashes, their amount of lifetime losses. And it's like, let's say it's $1.6 million. And then all of a sudden your jaw drops and you go, no. And it's your last breath. The seizures come right after that.
Oh, this reminds me of two good gambling racetrack jokes and indulge us here on the food. We will get back to the food and the contest in a second. But
by the way,
one. Yes,
Brazil did score. So to talk more sports, just for Joanne's pleasure, Brazil did get a goal.
This is big.
It's a high-scoring affair, 1-0. In extra, now I guess they're in overtime.
There goes my stick
minutes.
at 100.
They're in extra time, the injury time, and if Brazil holds on, obviously they're always.
It's official. Brazil won 1-0 in a minute, 109 minutes.
Brazil is through. They are weeping in their schnapps or whatever they drink at Nikita's Cafe.
Yeah.
Imagine that in Davie, a Croatian sports bar.
Well, he makes
this
hit
up.
It does not exist. Don't Google it. He just has a shtick that there's Nikita's Cafe is where all the Croatians go to cheer on the Croatian national team. People take things very literally.
They're worthy of consideration every year, it seems. I don't know. They never get past this.
They are weeping in their figurative whatever they drink at the Nikita's Cafe.
There you go.
Croatia has done a gallant run, and Brazil is on through, and now Argentina is looking to. I guess make it through complete the South
nobody cares
American.
anymore, though. Come on.
Oh, no. There are a lot of people in this neighborhood right here in Hallandale, including my daughter's best friend, Daniela, her father.
The people in the condos here are worried about the World Cup.
She comes from a family. Her father's side of the family is from Argentina. Mother's side is from Colombia. So obviously they're hugely invested in the later game today, which is going to be Argentina against somebody else. Who's
Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
yeah.
Oh,
The
that's
team
a
that
big
took out
game
America.
because the Netherlands is good. And tomorrow we got the Channel battle. I mean, that's like, the rivalry. What
But
is it?
listen to you, like
The
Seamus
War of the
McShamus here.
Roses is France versus England.
Yeah, that's a
Both
big
are
one.
playing
Our World Cup
exceedingly
expert.
well.
Morocco and Portugal.
Mike
No, this is
Mayo.
going to be, again, I love when we get to the nitty gritty in the World Cup. And
You can't tell me the people of Hallandale are just immersed in World Cup mania.
I mean, if you're
Come on,
Argentinian,
man. I
you
was
are.
just by the Sage Deli over there. There wasn't a single
they
person
are.
that they even knew what was
You're not
going
hanging
on.
out in the right spots.
Yeah,
There are
Sage,
clubs
I
and
mean-
parties. If you're hanging out with old Jews, they don't care.
They're
If
worried
you
about
go
the
down
races
to
here.
one of the myriad,
Come on,
Ecuadorian,
Mayo.
Colombian restaurants all around in pockets in these neighborhoods,
Oh,
they are
my
glued
God.
to the TVs. All right, two quick jokes. Number
Yes.
one, at the racetrack, guy has a heart attack. He keels over,
Yeah.
and one friend checks the pulse. He says, he's gone. He's dead. And the other guy reaches in
Checks
the
his
pocket,
tickets.
pulls out the ticket, and he goes, yeah, but he's alive in the double.
As you are. Yeah.
And I'm alive in the double.
That I
I'm gonna look
actually
up-
witnessed that happen.
I was going to say, Deep has
One
been a
day
part
at
of that.
Gulfstream Park. This is, again, the old configuration. I was doing something out in the paddock area there, and you remember it was kind of separate from the actual track side itself. And a guy came in, bet the early double, walked back outside. He was by the fence at the gate. He was about to enter the parking lot, keeled over, and somebody went and went through his pockets because his tickets were sticking out, and he was alive in the double.
So it was a joke come true.
It really was.
Sometimes truth
It was
is
right out of
stranger
Rod Sterling. Yeah,
than
it was
the
great.
stand-up material. Oh, and the second joke, guy walking down the street on the strip in Vegas. And
Ron Nicoletti, by the way,
yeah,
star
that's Ron.
signing.
We
Ron
love Ron
Nicoletti.
Nicoletti, the handicapper
Look at him.
extraordinaire. He's on the phone. He's very businesslike
Looks
today.
like he's getting an
Ron.
inside tip
Yeah,
there,
right.
doesn't he? Either that or he's finding out they're foreclosing on his house.
All right, guy walks down the strip in Vegas, and he's accosted by this disheveled guy who comes up to him and says, "Please, buddy, can you help me? My wife is really sick. She needs this major surgery. I don't have, I'm just looking to get some money to scrounge together to help her out get this surgery." The guy looks at him and goes, "I'm sorry. I think I'm just going to give you this money. You're just going to gamble it." And the guy looks at me and goes, "Oh, no, I got gambling money."
That was a good one, man.
I got
yeah,
these,
no,
folks.
that was a good one. I hadn't heard that one before.
All
That
right,
was good.
let's go to the business end. I actually heard it on a food show. Everyone feed or somebody feed Phil, the guy who
There are
created.
already several people with worried looks on their faces, not just because we're here, but looks like they didn't have the 5
Oh,
or the
man.
5-9 combination in the first race.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to have to look at what my
That's what
probables
actually-
are during the first break. But before we get to the first break, let's get to the business at hand, the
Yeah.
contest. All right.
All right,
So the
how's this
first
gonna
part
work?
of the contest is we're going to be giving you now a series of clues over the next 40 minutes of a South Florida food/restaurant trivia question. If you know the answer to this, do not chime in on the chat line. You want to increase your chances of winning. If you know the answer, you're going to email it to me along with picking a number between 1 and 11 because tomorrow's Wait a While Stakes is featuring 2-year-old fillies on the turf, and there are 11 entrants. So you're going to give me a number between 1 and 11. You could look at the entries. If you're a horse player, you could look at it online. If you don't know anything about horses, all you got to do is come up with a number between 1 and 11. And if there's a late scratch, one of the horses doesn't run, and that's the number that you select, you get the post-time favorite instead of a scratch. So we got all the angles.
Yeah,
It's a little
Okay.
complicated.
That's a little
yeah,
complicated.
What
yeah.
if there's a tie again? Because if
Oh,
there's
and
only
then-
11 horses.
Okay. When you get
And a lot
the
of people
answer to
contribute
the
to this.
question and your number between 1 and 11, you
If you're right.
email that to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com. It's coming across the crawl right now. Put in the header line Lunchbox, and I'll know that it's about the Lunchbox contest. So everybody who gets the correct answer, you got to get your emails into me by noon tomorrow. Noon Saturday is the deadline for your emails to hit my email box. And then anybody who has both the correct answer
And the winner.
and the winner of tomorrow's 8th race, the
So
Wait
it's
a While
8th race
Stakes.
or 7th race?
It's
You
the
told me
8th
the
race.
7th
I'm sorry.
and
I told you
put that
7th.
here.
It's actually the 8th race tomorrow
Okay, so
at
that's
Gulfstream
incorrect.
Park. Wait a While Stakes, 8th race tomorrow, Saturday, December 10th. Anybody who has
Can't even
both those
fix that here.
components, you will be among those eligible to win the pair. If there's more than one winner, what we're going to do on Monday's Lunchbox, we're going to have what they call a shake. It's a drawing. Every winning email address I'll crumple up and put it into a hat and blindly pick it on the air, so you know
This
it's legit.
is like early voting in Georgia.
Now
the way
you confused the crap out of me.
it.
You
I'm not
lost me. I
sure I
glazed over. I
totally
started reading
understand how
things.
you
Well,
do it.
in a
but,
perfect world, there'll only
if
be
you
one
went with the
winner.
restaurant that I'm thinking of, or
Yeah.
it was one of the two, and I think we were unanimous as the answer
Yeah,
to
let's
the
go
question.
for it. So give the first question. We got
Well,
the first question.
I don't know. I mean, which you
I'll
decided
give
on,
I'll
but
give the first question.
and I'm
Yeah.
not sure how
one
general you
here.
want the first one to be
I
because
want it to be hard.
I know what the giveaway would be for most
All right.
people, especially
No. Here's what
people
I'm going
that
to do.
frequented Gulfstream
Here's what I'm
Park.
going to do. This longtime South Florida, actually Hallandale Beach favorite restaurant,
Yeah.
closed in 2004 and once was part of a chain that populated different cities in Florida and also the Northeast, including one in Greenwich, Connecticut, that a regular customer was one Andy Rooney of 60 Minutes.
Wow. I did not know either of those things, that they were part of a
this
chain.
is the first clue. It is a longtime Hallandale Beach restaurant that is no
and
more.
people are trying to figure out what restaurant are we talking about.
And it used to have several locations. It was family owned, but multiple locations, including one in Greenwich, Connecticut, that was frequented by Andy Rooney of.
Could that be your food and beverage
Yeah, that's
manager
Joe
right there?
Bejas here. And you know what? Let's. That's the
Well,
first
okay,
clue. We'll do more,
We'll
and
do
then
clues
let's
throughout the
take
show,
our
okay.
first break.
Make sure that people understand what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out what restaurant Mike's talking about.
Yes.
And the clue again was?
Oh, my God,
This
are you kidding?
longtime Hallandale Beach favorite restaurant closed in 2004, but was part of a family-owned chain that had several locations, including one in Greenwich, Connecticut, that was frequented by Andy Rooney of 60 Minutes.
All right, that's a tough way. If you know that off of that, that's great. We'll have, what, 3 other clues?
We'll do 2 or 3.
Two
Yeah.
or three? Okay, because I know what the giveaway clue will be
Yeah.
on this one.
And you know what?
And then, you have to combine that with so you submit your entry with a number that
With the number
corresponds to that
between
race.
1 and 11 for
Pick a
the
number between 1 and 11,
the
yeah.
8th race tomorrow, the Wait a While Stakes for 2-year-old fillies at Gulfstream Park. If you know the answer to the question,
Can you wheel
and pick a number.
the field?
No, you can't hit all.
Oh,
You
no.
got to pick a one number between 1 and 11.
All right.
All right. You know what? Let's take our first break,
I'm
and
smelling
then we'll
some good
come
food
back
here.
with Joe Beja, the director of food and beverage here at Gulfstream Park Casino and Racetrack.
People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. It's serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans. For 30 years, they've been doing a great job. The original location, West Side, 3303 Sheridan Street, just across from TY Park in Hollywood. And there's the East Side location, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late in both locations. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent.
We're back on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, coming to you live from beautiful Gulfstream Park, Hallandale Beach, Florida. Come on out. You know where it is, the corner of Hallandale Beach Boulevard, Federal Highway in Hallandale Beach. It is a longtime winter tradition and gives me great pleasure, along with Jeff Defo DeForest, to welcome to the Lunchbox for his first of, I don't know if it'll be many appearances, but we're going to be talking a lot about food and fun at Gulfstream during the winter meet, the championship meet coming up. Joe Beja is the director of food and beverage here. Welcome to the Lunchbox. How are you today, Joe?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
Holiday season. I know you're probably doing a bunch of different things, holiday parties, but just tell the fine folks of what they could find in the way of food and beverage when they come out here at Gulfstream Park.
Sure, absolutely. So we have several or many options here available to you for all the live racing days, starting on Wednesdays through Sundays. On the first floor, we have 2 food courts with food varying from
Pizza slices,
pretzels,
sandwiches,
of course. And one interesting trend that we have is we have a Japanese or Asian stir fry, called Misaki.
Okay.
That's open on the weekends
new,
as well.
huh?
And that's brand new.
I had not seen
It's a brand new
before.
concept that we had just started last year, actually, and it's been picking up some steam. We brought it back again this year, and it's been a fan favorite on the weekends that we offer here. And, of course, where we're broadcasting from right now, starting on our official opening day of December 26th, this will be Char 3, which is our partnership with Maker's Mark. It's a bourbon bar and southern kitchen. So we feature everything from fried chicken and Nashville hot chicken sandwiches and
I guess
other
we get the boot then. We'll have to be in that little
Brunswick
booth back there.
stew and so forth. Now we'll always have space for you, Mike
Okay,
and Defo, always. And then if you make your way to the second floor, obviously we have 10 Palms Restaurant.
Right, and that's what we're going to be giving away some Sunday brunch vouchers to for the next few months. And I'm really excited about that because that's the best place to check out the full day of racing action, right?
Absolutely. Fully covered from the elements, air conditioned, and the Sunday brunch is really old school in many ways. It's still a buffet, but we offer many options from carving prime rib station to an omelet station, a pasta
shrimp.
station.
You got the peel and eat shrimp.
Yes, peel and eat shrimp and raw bar. And this year we've added some specialty hot items as well that are unique. And we also added a continental bread station out front.
Do you have an omelet station?
We have an omelet station as well,
is
of course.
standard. And you were telling me that the winners of these vouchers, the 2 voucher package every week, will basically get not only the Sunday brunch buffet, but it comes with 1 mimosa?
Yes, we do include 1 mimosa with our Sunday brunch buffet just to get people going. And then that'll be included in the cheers. And that'll be included in our Sunday brunch
That's awesome.
offering.
And you were also saying that I thought people would have to at least, put a little gratuity out there, but you're saying Gulfstream is picking up tax and gratuity for the winners, right?
Yes, we are.
So that's
yes, we are. And
they're great up there too, because we dined there a couple of times, and Lubie really looked like he had just pulled up a trap on Deadliest Catch. He had the crab legs piled to the ceiling in a pyramid, and you people aren't disparaging about that. It's all you can eat, and they don't give you the look. They don't make a Mayo face, when somebody looks like they're maybe overindulging a little bit. And you can go back as many times, and you have to go back many times because there's so many great items on there. That's a great buffet.
I have friends and family that will come and visit me, or some regulars that will come to the Sunday brunch, and they'll get here right when doors open at 11:30. They'll start off with an omelet and bacon and French toast. And then midway through the afternoon, they make their way to lunch, and by 4 o'clock, they're having dessert.
There's a prime rib, exactly.
You don't want to fill up on, the breads and the carbs. You want to hit the proteins. You get the prime rib. You get the peel and eat shrimp. Get a little eggs if you need an omelet in you, but don't go crazy on the French toast. That's how you break the house. But no,
Lubie was like he was on Supermarket Sweep.
I went to college in Las Vegas, so I was, raised and educated on not eating salad or waste of stomach space on anything else.
That was back in the days
back
of
in the
the $1.99 prime rib.
Back in the dunes and Stardust days. I'm
How
dating
did they
myself.
find shrimp that small though with the Circus for the 99-cent cocktail?
They actually technically krill, not shrimp.
It was more of a science experience
whales.
than it was a culinary, experience. That's for sure.
Hey, we're here on the Lunchbox. We're here with Joe Beja. He's the director of food and beverage at Gulfstream Park Racing and Casino. It is a fantastic place. Come on out on a Friday afternoon. Just hang out, grab one of those new Japanese Asian bowls, get yourself a beer like Defo has, bet a couple of races. I'm alive in the double. I'm a very happy person right now between the food and the fun, the horses. You can't do any better than Gulfstream Park. What's coming up in the way of, obviously, Pegasus Day has become this huge event at the end of January. Besides that, you do some like food festivals things up on the 3rd floor. Is that right?
We do. On our 3rd floor, we have our Flamingo Room, which actually has a sushi chef. So if you come to 10 Palms or come to the Flamingo Room, we have sushi available to our guests, and that's also where we have our private suites. We have 19 private suites up in the Flamingo
that's also
Room.
Gorgeous, overlooking the track.
Overlooking the
Flamingo
track.
Room.
They all have
suites. People can rent the suites for the day.
Correct.
Okay.
That
I
is
had a
true.
birthday party there. A friend of mine held for us, and it was fantastic. And the catering was wonderful as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
How do people go about renting one of those if they want for
we could get in touch. We have on our website, we have a phone number that will go directly to our catering director, Ms. Ray Breels, and she will put you in touch with booking the space, whether you need a smaller suite for 15 people or a double suite for 30 people.
You know, we're simulcast on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group now, and there's only 94,000 people on there. And one of the questions I always get on the group is, oh, I've got so-and-so coming in. We want to get a nice private room for a Sunday brunch. I think getting one of these suites up here at Gulfstream Park and having a catered private suite overlooking the racetrack and playing some races, that fits the bill, and it's something different, unique, and very South Florida.
Absolutely. It's a special treat. I mean, we have a gorgeous track here at Gulfstream Park. We just redid our turf. It's all nice and green, and, you know, the lake, and it's just one of the best sites other than being at the beach, I'd say. But, you know, if you're not at the beach, I think come here and enjoy a beautiful day at the track.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, you had a couple of different sort of festival events where you know, you had the burgers and bourbon. I remember it was
exactly. I was going to circle back to that.
Sorry, I
no
lost
worries.
track.
We are actually, we're going to next year. We're actually going to. They've been so successful. We're actually going to do them twice per year, as each varietal will be twice per year.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we have some big race days coming up in besides Pegasus on the 28th, but on February 4th is Holy Bull, and then the first Saturday of March will be Fountain of Youth, and then April 1st will be our Florida Derby Day. On those 3 days, we're going to do a festival per day up on the 3rd floor to try and get, you know, more guests here at the track, you know, get more people that enjoy food and enjoy a great day watching live racing.
Yeah.
What we do with that is it's usually about $45 per person. That'll include food and beverages for 3 hours.
And a $2 voucher.
Yes, you get a $2 voucher. You get a free program.
For a reason.
You know, so we try to get you all going. And then, but again,
I love that.
So what we do is some of the themes we've done would be bourbon and barbecue. We do beer and burgers. We also do like a wine and dine, wine and cheese event as well. And we do tacos and tequila. So those are our 4 main themes that we circle really twice through the calendar year.
I've been to several of them, and there's a story there with the $2 voucher. Because, you know, other than his brisk, my grandson, when he was 2, came here, got the voucher, picked a horse out of the racing form, and while we were dining on some of the great food, he had his first winner. So I will never forget
him started early.
Yep.
We bet his horse with the $2 voucher, won money, and
there you go.
Made for a great day. Paid for the whole experience.
No laws broken. Technically, bet placed by those over
18 somebody else. Well, he
placed it right into
couldn't even
the
pronounce
savings
the number,
account,
much less
college 529 plan.
I think he drooled on the 7, and that's why we bet him.
Hey, Joe. Hey, well, let's give the next clue in the contest that's going to be coming.
Is this going to be the giveaway clue?
It might be. Do you have a question? Because I'm going. My next clue.
Okay. What was the first one?
Well, the first one is this longtime Hallandale Beach restaurant.
Okay.
You closed did you give the locator in 2004. Before? Yeah, I did. Okay, I said it closed in 2004, but it was part of a kind of family group chain of restaurants that was a couple in Florida, including West Palm Beach. There's still one in Palm City, Florida. Actually, the last one that has this name is in Palm City, Florida. And one of them used to be in Greenwich, Connecticut, that was frequented by Andy Rooney of 60 Minutes fame. So that was
You're going to smack me, though, because I'm going to give it away.
No, don't give it away. What, Gorgonzola salad?
That's it.
That's it. It was known for its Gorgonzola salad. That is
you had to have this, and it was great. I mean, I don't know how you could make it that much different than anybody else.
It was hugely popular.
You're throwing blue cheese on lettuce. It should be simple, but it was tremendous.
It was, known for Gorgonzola salad along with steak, seafood, pasta, and it was a huge hangout for the Gulfstream racetrack crowd.
Now you really gave it away.
Well, yeah. So that is the clues. And again, if you know the answer to this question, we're going to give one more set of clues and questions.
I think there's another obvious clue.
Yeah, that'll be the next one. Yeah. But if you know the answer, put it in an email to mikemayoeats@gmail.com along with a number between 1 and 11. That would be corresponding with who you think is going to win tomorrow's feature race, the Wait a While Stakes, 8th race on tomorrow's card. Number between 1 and 11. Along with the name of this restaurant that we're talking about. Send it to mikemayoeats@gmail.com. Put Lunchbox in the header. And if you get everything right, and you're the only one, you'll win 2 vouchers to a Sunday brunch buffet at 10 Palms. If there's a tie, we're going to go to the Shake and draw lots on Monday's show to see who wins the first week's contest. So,
by the way, it looks like the professor fixed the radio out of the coconut because Gilligan is on top here.
All right. Well, hopefully it's not a 3-hour tour and just about
this looks like he's in the barn. Yeah.
I've got action in the double. I'm running 1-2 right now, Joe, so we'll see what happens. But you know what? Let's take our next break. And, Joe, thanks
Hey,
for stopping by.
Yeah.
I'm sure
My
we'll
pleasure.
see
You
you
guys do a
again.
great
And
job.
the next couple of weeks, we're going to be seeing some of the different food that is presented. We'll be having, tastings during the Lunchbox show. And
They
stop on
upgraded
by
their pretzel game
anytime.
also.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
The
Look
pretzel
forward to it.
game was seriously upgraded, I believe, about a year ago here.
It was.
Where they had a very good pretzel, but then they got something outstanding in here. So that's one we might have to go to later
That's
on.
it. And here's the wire, and I'm a winner.
Winner.
I've hit the early double at
Mayo hits
Gulfstream
his
Park,
first ever
so
bet broadcasting live from Gulfstream Park. Yeah.
It's a fantastic Friday
Nice.
at Gulfstream. Thanks to Joe Beja. Come on out, Gulfstream Park. We're here every Friday, 12 to 1, Lunchbox. But they're here Wednesdays through Sunday, live racing, and all the great food and beverage to go along with it. Yeah. We'll be back on the Lunchbox.
Gorgonzola salads, maybe, for everybody.
Gorgonzola salad. After these
Where'd you get
moves.
those?
Looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more? Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally, and they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. You like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style. A pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox, and we've got to make a correction because I'm going to blame Lubie on this. Bad info earlier. Brazil is not through. Croatia ended up scoring a tying, equalizing goal late in the game. They went to penalty kicks, and I think that Croatia has actually won by penalty kicks. So they are not crying in their
Thank you very
tops
much. I'm alive.
and
I'm
Nikitas
alive. I'm
Cafe.
alive.
They are joyously celebrating with downing beers and shots at Nikita's. Unbelievable.
What do they
shocker.
drink? What is it? Croatian?
It's
You
some sort of
posted a
vodka,
picture
some
or
sort
something,
of
Mike.
firewater, some
on,
sort of like a schnapps.
But what was that stuff? That food that you had? You put a picture.
I have no idea. I
You
put
sent it to
something
me.
on- I
said,
know,
you
but
know,
it just,
like you said, it was being served at Nikita's.
yeah, it was some Croatian specialty, which is
The
some
Croats not necessarily known for their culinary expertise. Would you,
know,
say that's true?
Slivovitz.
I mean, what are
There's
they?
Slivovitz is
Slivovitz. That's it. Slivovitz is kind of
What is
a
Slivovitch?
Slavovitz.
Liverwurst?
And meanwhile, I can't believe I actually hit
Did
the
you
early
really hit it?
double.
Oh, yeah,
70?
Gilligan.
Oh, that's
Oh,
exact.
my
It's
God.
74 ounce. Wow.
But there's too much going on. I am just sensory overload.
Uh,
I think Croatia is
you improved
through.
a lot, though, from the very beginning of the show to your interview.
Well, when I'm
because-
interviewing a special guest, I can't
Right.
start
But I
cheering
mean, yeah,
to the
you would have
show.
made a fool of yourself if you had,
I always make a fool of
constantly alluded to
myself.
the screen there.
But here we are. We're at Gulfstream.
But congratulations! I haven't seen the double payoff
No,
yet,
they
but you
never
have
want to
it.
tell me what I paid. But I'm guessing maybe I invested 30, and I'm hoping maybe I made double my money. Maybe I get back 60.
Yeah, I think you're
or
going to be
70
okay
bucks.
here. Yeah.
But we're here at Gulfstream Park, Gulfstream Fridays. We were talking some food with Joe Beja, and 10 Palms is the restaurant of the day that we're going to be giving away a pair of brunch vouchers for a Sunday brunch of
And you've
the
had some
winner's
entries
choosing.
already.
And we already, during the first break, I already
nice.
got my first entry into
Did they
the
get
contest.
the right answer on the restaurant?
Yes, they did.
Oh, good.
So
So,
whoever
what they have-
you
The
send it
Gorgonzola
out.
salad clue gave it
yeah,
away.
that is for any longtime South Floridian will know this place. Hey, we got to talk about some other longtime place. We got to do some live reads and Tropical Acres talking about racing fans. Sam Studiali, now rest in peace, but father of Jack Studiali, who's running the show at Tropical Acres. Big time horse fan, and he
Let's see the races.
Let's see the
It was
races.
on TV with Bob Savage, who is the longtime race caller at Calder Race Course, and his son Joey, of course, prominent among all of the degenerate brethren, as one of the real all-time greats with tremendous stories. But always backing his show was Tropical Acres, Sam Studiali, and because they were supporting racing, and this is an interesting thing about advertising. I made sure I went out there and tried the restaurant.
And you loved it.
And I liked it right from
What's
the very
not
start.
to love? Because Tropical Acres, since
They do a great job.
1949, and the Studialis have been running it since the 1960s. Jack and now his sons Joe and Jackson are running the show, and 2500 Griffin Road is where you'll find them. They're open every day but Sunday.
No,
They
good
are
job.
renowned for the finest in steaks,
Look at this,
chops,
man.
seafood.
Again,
Oh, look at that. Joe
Mayo
comes
Royal
back,
treatment.
a couple of
Pizza.
slices of
We're
pizza.
eating
Wow,
pizza.
I'm gonna
very
dig in.
nice,
It's
man.
not
I
a
love
lunchbox
racetrack pizza, man.
until we get. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. We each get a
Oh,
slice. Oh, and a big
wow.
pretzel.
Stepped
Good
up
for
the
you.
pretzel
You're a
game.
man after Defo's
Oh,
Oh,
heart.
these are great, man.
He
Rock the
doesn't. He
pepperoni.
doesn't.
Those
There
are
is
great.
no
Yeah, you guys
trip
gotta
to
get in
the
on
track
this. Yeah.
complete without a salty pretzel. a
Yes,
super
that really
pretzel
makes you feel
for
old school
Defo.
pretzel.
You know what?
Yeah.
It helps
Thanks,
either
Joe.
way. If you're winning, you
Yep.
enjoy it, and if you're losing, it sucks up the bad
Now,
vibe. You know?
before I
Yeah.
scarf
Eat the
down this
pizza.
slice, and
That
I'm
slice
hungry.
looks great, by the way.
And it used to be, when I go to the races, I would deny myself.
Oh, this thing is
full-
warm. It's great.
I would deny myself food until I hit my first winning
Well,
ticket.
Well, you hit
and
one.
since I hit the double, I'm allowed to eat.
Mhm.
Usually it would be the clam chowder at Belmont Park on the second floor, but now
These are great.
I'll have the pizza. All right, Tropical Acres, prime rib. The what else do they have? The rack of lamb,
the happy hour's
filet
amazing.
mignon.
I love the happy hour.
Happy hour, 4:30 to 6:30 in the bar. Every day but Sunday, half price wine Monday, Tuesday. The loyalty reward card, you get your 13th entree free after eating and punching your card for 12 entrees. It is the place to go. They're going to be open Christmas Day, Sunday, 1 to 8 p.m. Go to tropicalacres.com for all the information and to make your reservations now. Tropical Acres, they are Lunchbox approved. Tell them Mayo, Defo, and Lubie sent you.
All right, let's
Obviously,
review
love
the
that.
contest here so people can enter.
Let me go back to it again.
And
Do
all right,
we
so the two
have
clues
any
are
other spots to do, or we're done? Or
you
what do we
got
We're
stuff
done
to
with
go, man.
breaks,
You don't want to
but-
do live production on the air here, Mike.
We're
man.
no
Just eat
more
that
breaks.
pizza.
We're done with
But
breaks.
we
Let
got
me
to
go
get
to
this
the pizza.
contest going.
Yes. You can
all
do
right.
the last.
So it closed in 2004. It was a longtime Hallandale staple. I guess we can also throw in that it was down the street from Gulfstream Park.
Right.
Known for, world-renowned for a Gorgonzola salad. Mike says it was also part of a chain, and there still is one remaining restaurant somewhere in like Apalachicola.
Palm City.
Palm City. All right. And there is another restaurant still in existence here that has the same name. Right down the street. It's an Italian joint. And
I don't know about that.
are they still around, these guys?
I think you got the names confused.
Name is the same.
It's not Mateo's.
Oh, no, it's
All right.
I believe it's the same name.
All right, I'm
believe
now
it is.
you got
All
me
right.
confused. Here,
I
here's
don't wanna
my
throw you
last
off,
clue.
yeah.
I know this clue
Oh, these guys don't
is
need
for
utensils, Joe.
among the frequent guests
give me a legitimate
and
clue. then.
loyal customers of this restaurant that used to be down the block from from Gulfstream Park on Hallandale Beach Boulevard, known for the Gorgonzola salad. The skipper of the world champion, World Series winning
Leland.
Marlins, Jack McKeon,
Oh,
was a regular. He would smoke his cigars out
So
front,
was Shug McGahee.
and Chuck
Chuck
McGahee would be there a lot. A lot of the racetrack crowd. But this restaurant, Jack McKeon, I think, is he still with us or is he?
He's alive.
He's alive.
Trader Jack's around. Don't kill him off.
I was
Yeah.
going to say rest in peace, but I hope he's
If,
resting.
if he eats as many
somewhere.
pretzels as I have in the last couple of days,
And all right. The other order of business we got to take care of. Okay, so if you know the answer to this restaurant,
It's right here.
and then pick a number between 1 and 11, which is the winner of tomorrow's.
Or you can
Wait a
handicap it.
While
I mean, if you're into
Stakes.
racing,
Yeah.
you can handicap it.
And
obviously.
we'll talk about some of the names of these horses right now, if you want.
Yeah, the
There's
feature
no
race.
food angles, but it's the 8th race on tomorrow's card, the Wait a While Stakes. We've got
yeah.
number 1 is Bel Pensero, which I
See,
don't even know
people
what
heard of
that
any-
means.
Just give you the riders.
There's Edwin Gonzalez, Lady
Ortiz.
Azteca is number 2, Isabel Alexandra, number 3 with Jose Ortiz,
Personal
jockeys
Pursuit.
are
That
coming
might
down.
be interesting for a
Personal
name.
Pursuit, number 4 with Tyler
Tyler
Gaffalione.
Gaffalione.
He's
Nice.
a homegrown local product. Stephanie's Charm, if anybody knows any Stephanies in their lives, that could be a hunch play. Number 5 with Junior Alvarado. This is tomorrow's Wait a While Stakes.
Maybe in
Number
this pizza.
6.
These are the
Pizza's
horses you have
really
to pick
good.
from.
Yeah, Vi Bella. Anybody who likes
Yeah, you
Bella,
guys do your
shout
horse
Bella.
racing.
Vi Bella.
That sounds food
Edgard
oriented.
Zayas. Mally Moo, that's Julian Leperoux, is number 7. Born Dapper, that might be for Defo. Paco Lopez,
Yeah.
Lopez.
that's number 8.
No, I
Number
was born. I
9
was
is
born.
Juniper's Marshmallow. There's your food angle.
Yeah.
If you're going for the Lunchbox food play of the day,
Everybody's on the nine.
Juniper Marshmallow. Malomars was being posted on the Facebook group today. I
Tremendous
love
cookie.
Malomars.
Yeah, no, unbelievable.
And that's Irad Ortez Jr., one of the top jockeys in the country, is on the Juniper Marshmallow, number 9. Number 10 is Heavens Express with Sonny Leon, Kentucky Derby winner. And number 11 is Delight with Luis Saez.
Very nice.
All the top jocks are back in town, and that's number 11, Delight. That sounds delightful to me. That's your entries that you can pick from 1 to
How's this
11.
pizza, by the way?
Pizza's great.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's warm and cheesy, and
And
that's what I
got a
need.
meatloaf.
Oh,
with
yeah.
this
What did
nice-
you get?
And we've got, I want to also talk about, before we conclude the day and the week on the Lunchbox, and I had a lot of fun first Friday at Gulfstream. I can't wait to do
Always.
this every
Great
week.
time, man.
I
Happy to be
promise
back.
I'll be more professional. I won't be
You got a
salivating
little
and
excited.
cheering. Well, if you hit a winner,
That's fine.
I think it's good
They
to get
You
said-
excited.
deserve the applause. man.
Joseph wanted you to
You
get
know?
involved. I said,
think-
look,
I
believe
think
me,
I'm
they're going to get
getting on a
involved.
heater. I hit a high hand last night, flopping quads. I hit the early double today.
You're
here.
on fire.
I gotta go now. I'm gonna keep, pushing
Gotta
my
keep
luck.
going.
I'm gonna
exactly.
keep going, ride the streak, and talk about keeping a good streak going. Don't forget to get online to visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. That's vlfoodwine.com. We are being happy to take part with the Lunchbox. We're going
Yeah,
to
it's
be
gonna be
out
a
there
blast.
judging and taking part all the great events. The Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival is coming up after the holidays. It's coming January 11th through the 16th in the greater Fort Lauderdale area. It's going to be intimate dinners at great places like down on the beach at the Burlock Coast and the Ritz-Carlton Fort Lauderdale. Also, the Heritage Restaurant downtown is having an intimate dinner. Cook of the Cork up near you.
Great
Ruby
job.
in
They do a
Coral
really good
Springs.
job.
And then we get to the big 3 events. The cocktail competition Wednesday, January 11th. The barbecue battle is on Friday the 13th at the Hyatt Centric Hotel downtown Fort Lauderdale. And the grand tasting on Saturday the 14th in Las Olas Beachfront Park, Las Olas and A1A. All kinds of great restaurants and wines, sips and bites all day long. Go to Visit Lauderdale, VLFoodWine.com. Click on the tickets, put in the promo code Lunchbox. You get 15% off the already low prices. We're going to be there taking part.
Yep.
I'll be judging in the barbecue battle. And on Thursday, we're going to be talking to Ed Randolph, who's the defending champion in
Nice.
that barbecue
That guy
battle.
was great. Yeah, no, he had a great entry there.
Yeah.
All right, quick one, because I'm heading for the Bahamas for a couple of days.
Yes, you're gone early next week.
Where do I go? Is there a place to go in Nassau that you would recommend Mike Mayo other than the obvious casino restaurants that will be available to me at Atlantis?
I don't know any of those little. I think
Is there a
there's, like,
local
shacks
place that
have the
everybody
crack
has to go?
conch.
Yeah, no,
I
those are
think
great.
it's better in some of the smaller islands.
Yeah.
Nassau is very touristy,
Mhm.
so I don't have any. And the only time I went to Nassau and stayed at the resort, not in Atlantis,
Crystal Palace.
but the fancier one. It was for the first honeymoon.
Oh yeah.
Back, this was wedding week.
Oh, no wonder it didn't work out.
And no, we went to that. What's it called? It was like a really high-end place.
Okay.
And in the first 24 hours, Michelle came down, was stricken with norovirus.
Oh, Jesus.
So
All right, yeah.
we were there for 3 nights, 4 days, and we spent 3 nights, 4 days in the room.
She wasn't
She
faking
was-
it.
she was,
There
There was no faking it.
Okay.
It was just nothing but gastrointestinal distress. So we had to do a second honeymoon,
Oh,
and that
geez,
worked
yeah.
out much better
good,
in
yeah.
Europe and France and Italy the following spring. But so
All right.
I'm sorry.
So you don't have a recommendation?
I
is
don't
what you're
have a
saying, Mr. Food,
recommendation.
I would
critic,
get
yeah.
out a little bit because
All
when we were there a few years ago, Shirley and I, the local eating was amazing. So I would get out.
All right.
They have great rum cake, and I would get out there and have some of the local fare.
All
Oh,
right.
and one last recommendation I got to talk about is forget the Bahamas. Come here because Greater Fort Lauderdale.
Gulfstream.
Visit
Yeah.
Lauderdale, and we're going to be getting together with Nikki, I think, on Wednesday when you're away. And we're going to be also at Grandpa's next Thursday,
Oh,
your
good.
first day
I'll
back.
be
We're going
right
to be
there.
doing a pre-Hanukkah celebration.
No liverwurst for
at
me.
Grandpa's. But visit Lauderdale. We're going to be doing one of the restaurants that's taking part in the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. We're going to sort it all out at the beginning of next week. But no matter what, this is the time of the year. We got the boat show tomorrow. Looking forward to the party. But visit
Boat
Lauderdale.
parade. Yeah.
Boat parade. I'm sorry, the boat parade. And the Winterfest boat parade, everybody has the boats, the going up and down with
Yeah,
all the
it's
pretty
It's a
lights.
very well
On the
done thing.
Intercoastal,
It
it's
really
really cool.
is.
It's a lot of
It's a
fun.
nice spectacle.
It's great for the restaurants along the Intracoastal, so you want to check out some of those. And Greater Fort Lauderdale wants you to experience all the great places along the water, the beach, Las Olas Boulevard, out and about in some of the hidden nooks and crannies, like Cook and the Cork up in Coral Springs and places up in Pompano, like Le Bistro, Lighthouse Point. Very good French restaurant, family run. That is what you'll find in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Culinary delights await, along with all the different breweries and hidden speakeasies
Yep.
and rooftop bars. For all the latest events and info, go to visitlauderdale.com. There's more than 4,000 restaurants in the Greater Fort Lauderdale area, and Visit Lauderdale is for everyone under the sun with every dish under the sun. Come check it out. Enjoy yourselves. Visitlauderdale.com.
You become quite a pitch man. All
Yeah.
right.
And before we
We'll
go,
see you guys in
remember
a
our
couple of days.
contest.
Yeah. Don't forget the contest.
And the contest.
Yeah.
One last time. All right. Hopefully it's not too complicated. We've already given you all the clues. Gorgonzola salad. Jack
Gorgonzola
McKeon.
salad was probably the
It
giveaway.
was a huge
Me and
hangout.
Gulfstream.
Closed in 2004. Hallandale Beach, but
A lot of
also
racetrack
several.
people.
There was one in West Palm Beach that's closed. One in Greenwich, Connecticut that closed. There's still one remains in Palm City, Florida. If you know the name of that restaurant, send it to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com along with a number between 1 and 11. The winner
you can win.
of tomorrow's race. Get those entries into me by Saturday
Noon
at
tomorrow.
noon.
Oh, there's
We're
a
going to
deadline.
post
Wow.
all the details on the various websites, Facebook groups. So tell your friends. You could win 2 all-expense paid Sunday brunch vouchers at 10 Palms right here at beautiful
Nice prize,
Gulfstream.
man.
All right.
Hey, great time. Let's get involved. Let's plunge. Got 6
I
minutes to
got to
post
go
here for the
cash my
third.
tickets.
Beautiful.
All right.
I still didn't see the payoff, but that was
For
great.
Mike Lubie, and do we have it confirmed official that actually
Yeah, Croatia won. They moved down.
did
Yeah.
win? Sorry for the misinformation
Oh, the
earlier.
professor did
All
have
his
a
fault.
parlay that he didn't give out
All
this
his
morning
fault.
before we get out of here. Croatia and the Netherlands. So if you have Croatia, you're halfway through the parlay. The Netherlands is coming up next. They
Going
take
with
out
Europe.
Argentina.
Over Europe, over South America. They are crushed in Brazil.
I'll give
Beautiful.
that away for you, Ken.
Oh,
There you
my
go.
All right,
gosh.
man.
We will
That's it
see
for today.
you.
Oh, look at
Enjoy
this.
every
More
sandwich.
grub
Well, actually, we can wait 30 more
We gotta
seconds
show-
because
yeah,
Joe's
they're
got the
giving us more
bowls.
food. We
Oh,
gotta-
look at
he's
He's
that.
got
Wow,
the bowls. This
wow,
is the
wow,
nice
wow.
part of not having
Yeah.
a
This is
hard
an
out.
Asian
Wow,
Look at
look
bowl.
at
that.
this.
Wow.
We've got the little bowls. We've got the
Fantastic.
chicken.
Oh, look at
Actually,
that.
you wanna
Wow.
sit- you
Chicken
wanna
and
explain this
rice.
for a
That
second?
looks
Looks
good.
fantastic.
Look at
All right,
this.
we're sticking around for a
We're
while.
going to stick around.
We'll see you guys.
we're gonna-
We'll see you guys next time
Wait.
here on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.
We got Joe. Just tell us quickly, what'd you bring?
Very quickly, it's from our new location, Misaki, and from the first floor.
Looks great.
We have a stir-fried
Smells
chicken over
good.
here. We have a stir-fried beef, and then we have shrimp on the end. Those are 3 of the options. And again, you can customize your bowl based on
Looks great.
vegetables and rice color, obviously, and which protein you would like on there. So
That looks great. Thank
Smells
you.
great, too.
Smells
Wow,
great. I'm going to
fantastic.
dive into this in a little
Please.
bit. I don't know how well it goes with pizza, but my stomach is
Doesn't matter
ironclad.
anymore.
It's
Yeah,
all
no,
good.
he can eat
All right.
anything.
Joe Behuff, the Director of Food and Beverage at Gulfstream, thanks again for everything you
course.
did today.
Beautiful job.
Everybody have a great weekend, and remember to enjoy every bowl, every pizza, every pretzel, and enjoy every sandwich.